Solitude by Ella Wheeler Wilcox, 1850 to 1919. Laugh, and the world laughs with you. Weep, and you weep alone. For the sad old earth must borrow its mirth, but has troubles enough of its own. Sing, and the hills will answer. Sigh, it is lost on the air. The echoes bound to a joyful sound, but shrink from voicing care. Rejoice, and men will seek you. Grieve, and they turn and go. They want full measure of all your pleasure, but they do not need your woe. Be glad, and your friends are many. Be sad, and you lose them all. There are none to decline your nectared wine, but alone you must drink life's gall. Feast, and your halls are crowded. Fast, and the world goes by. Succeed and give, and it helps you live, but no man can help you die. There is room in the halls of pleasure for a large and lordly train, but one by one we must all file on through the narrow aisles of pain. Okay, this is the most famous poem by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. She came from Wisconsin, and she started writing poetry at an early age. Now, apparently she sold this poem to the New York Sun in 1883 for the sum of $5, which today is about the sum of about $150. So, well, better than nothing, yeah? So what's this about? This is a very common theme for Ella Wilcox. Yeah, it's talking about solitude and being the difference between being happy and being sad. And she says, if you laugh, the world laughs with you. Weep, cry, and you cry alone. So nobody wants to be with somebody who's depressed, but somebody who's happy, everybody wants to be with them. For the sad old earth must borrow its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own. So mirth is another word for laughter. Yeah, I felt great mirth at what had happened. So the earth, life, yeah, can get happiness or laughter from other people, but it has more than enough of its own problems. So the earth will participate and borrow other people's happiness, but it doesn't want to share other people's problems. Sing, and the hills will answer. Sigh, it is lost on the air. So if you sing, the hills will answer you. Here, sing is being happy, and if you sing, then people will answer you. Here, the hills, this is a metaphor for society. Yeah, the people will answer and sing with you. But sigh, it is lost on the air. So nobody wants to hear you sigh. So the hills or society won't hear you sigh, but they will hear you sing. The echoes bound to a joyful sound, but shrink from voicing care. So if you make joyful sounds, if you make joyful noises, then you get echoes back from the hills. You get echoes back from people. So if you make joyful sounds, then people will make joyful sounds back. But they shrink from, to move away. So you don't get these echoes when you're voicing care, when you're saying how depressed or unhappy or worried you are about things. Yeah, so echoes bound. Echoes to bound is to jump, is a leaping jump. So the echoes come back to happy sounds. Rejoice and men will seek you. Grieve and they turn and go. So if you're happy, if you rejoice, things are wonderful. People will look for you. But grieve, if you're very sad, then people turn round and go away. They want full measure of all your pleasure, but they do not need your woe. Okay, so they want a full measure, a full quantity of all of your pleasure. They want to share your pleasure, but they don't need your woe, your sadness. So look at this internal rhyme. They want full measure of all your pleasure, and then go rhyming with woe. Grieve and they turn and go. They want full measure of all your pleasure, but they do not need your woe. Be glad and your friends are many. So if you're glad and happy, then you'll have many friends. Be sad and you lose them all. So if you're sad, you lose your friends. Your friends go off somewhere else. There are none to decline your nectared wine, but alone you must drink life's gall. Okay, so nobody turns down a wine that is nectar, a delicious tasting wine. But here, this again is nobody rejects your happiness, your happy words, your happy actions. Yeah, so nobody refuses nectar, something that is delicious. But here, nectared wine is a metaphor for happiness. But alone, you must drink life's gall. Okay, gall is something that is very, very bitter, bad tasting. So you have to face the bad and difficult things, the unhappy things in life alone. People don't want to join you for that. Feast and your halls are crowded. Fast and the world goes by. So feast, you have a party, you eat lots, and your hall is crowded with people. So if you're having a feast, if you're happy, then lots of people are surrounding you. And then to fast, when you fast, not to eat, breakfast. Yeah, so if you don't eat, then the world goes by. So this again, it's saying that the same thing. Yeah, if you celebrate with food, then you'll have lots of people. But if you don't eat and you are fasting, then the world just passes by. Succeed and give, and it helps you live, but no man can help you die. Okay, so if you're successful and you give happiness to people, you give joy to people, it helps you live, but nobody will help you die. So here again, nobody wants to share the sad things. Nobody wants to share death. There is room in the halls of pleasure for a large and lordly train. So a train is a group of people who are following you. So the Queen was followed by a train of followers. Okay, so there is space in the halls of pleasure, in the halls of happiness, for a large and lordly train. So for lots and lots of people, yeah? But one by one, we must all file on through the narrow aisles of pain. So here she's saying that yes, we all are going to have difficult and painful things in life, but this is something that you have to meet alone. So I think it's saying that maybe we die alone, but if we celebrate while we're alive, then we will have lots of people around us. So one by one, we must all file on. We must go through the narrow aisles, the narrow road of pain. Okay, so if we're all very happy, then there are lots of people with us. And then if things get difficult, it suddenly becomes narrow and there's only room for one person to walk alone. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Solitude by Ella Wheeler Wilcox.